Hi there. My name is John Armstrong. I'm a solution engineer here at Nintex, and I'm going to take you through a quick AssureSign demo. Before getting into the actual demo of AssureSign, I always like to talk about the Nintex platform as a whole. We do a whole lot more than just e-signature. We've got an entire process platform ranging from process discovery and management through process automation, and then finally process optimization layering on top of that. But of course, today we're going to be focused here on Nintex AssureSign, so let's talk about that a little bit. So some of the key features, you can see on the bullet points here, it's the fastest time to sign. So we've got our e-sign via text capabilities, where you're going to get your documents signed about 98% faster than you would when sending it via email. There are a slew of global security and privacy standards that we fall in line with without any issues. We've got powerful integrations both with the Nintex platform as well as popular business applications such as Salesforce and Dynamics. And what's really nice too is the personalized branding that you can do across the whole signing experience. From the emails that get sent out all the way through the signing portal that the signer is working in, you can brand and customize it as much or as little as you like. So let's get into the demo. All right, so jumping into Nintex AssureSign here, this is going to be the home page that folks see when they first log in. So kind of going from the internal kind of end user experience, right? Let's kind of just walk through sending an envelope out. So we can see we've got this send envelope button. And what I can do is if I wanted to, I could upload a kind of a one-off document, or I can start with a template. Generally, kind of recommending to start with a template, right? That way you have everything set up already as needed, so that you're not doing that each and every time that you're sending a document out or an envelope out. So what it's going to ask for, in this case, I have some input variables or some start conditions, starting information about the signer, about the document, about who it's going to, and their names. And you can insert a mobile phone. As I mentioned previously, we have a unique e-signature via text capability. So if I were to put a mobile phone number there, I would receive a text message, or the signer would receive a text message, and they could engage with the signing experience on their mobile device. You can also lock these envelopes down with a password. And as you can see, you can have unique passwords per signer, so that the person must verify, with that password or with a code that is text to them. So that mobile authentication, that SMS authentication, is also an option. I'm going to continue on here and load up the document that I want to send out. So I started this with a template, of course, right? But as you can see, all of the different fields, all of that information that I just put in as one of those signer input values have all popped in and populated into their respective fields. So we've got the employee name, we've got the start date, the compensation, and we also have some information down here at the bottom, with the manager name. All of these rectangles are what we call jot blocks. So this is kind of a unique thing to Nintex AssureSign, where the signing experience is all driven by these jot blocks. So if I wanted to, I could come in here, drag this jot block over. This is a signature jot block in this case that has been assigned to the John employee signer. Drag that onto the document. I can configure it, making it certified. I can change how it is displayed. I can also conditionally display this jot block based on values that the signer is filling out along the way. If I wanted to as well, I can restrict these signatures to only be drawn with their mouse or stylus or touch experience, or the opposite, I could enforce only being typed with a keyboard, or I can simply let that user choose, or let the signer choose. So once everything is set up, I can go ahead and click that review and send button. We can see that envelope name is going to pop in, and we can add additional recipients here. So if there are others that need to be notified of this signing happening, you can insert their name and email address here. And you can also add addendums. So these are non-signable documents that can be uploaded on an ad hoc basis as needed as you're sending envelopes out. So I'll click that send button. And what's going to happen here is it's going to notify and send out all of the signature requests. So in this case, I have 2 signers, which would be John employee and John manager. They're going to be taken through that signing experience via email in this case, because I did not choose to set up the mobile signing. So John employee has received an email, or excuse me, John manager has received an email requesting that e-signature. As I mentioned before, this email is completely customizable. They click on that link and they will be taken to the signing experience via the signing portal here. Agreeing to these terms, which again can be totally customized. Drawing that signature, either drawing it or typing it out. Clicking that adopt signature button, and we can apply that signature, and it will kind of walk through the different areas that it needs to be applied in. In this case, we only had the one, but if there were requirements for multiple signature on a document, then that would be not an issue at all. So now that John manager has signed, John employee is going to get an email requesting their signature as well. So I'll click that begin signing link. It will load up here into that portal again. In this case here, we're asking them to correct their name. So maybe the person sending out the document did not get things exactly correct. So in this case, there is a suffix that the employee wants to include. You can see that carries across all of those different name fields. And then finally, we're asking that employee or that signer, again, to adopt their signature and apply it. And you can see too, those previous signature, or that previous signature that the manager provided was also applied here as well for the employee to see. So in this case, there was only those 2 signers. So because the employee was the final signer, they're going to get an option to download that finalized document. They will of course receive an email as well as every other signer on that envelope. And then from there, you've got your finalized document with all the signatures on it. So that's all I've got to take you through today. I appreciate the time, and take care.